A bit early in the morning for that, but where should we sit here or stand? So we're here in Nata, Botswana, at SLB camp, and we're chatting with the very personable owner of the camp, Rupert. So tell us a little bit about yourself and the camp. How did you end up here?
Well, first, thanks for coming. Thanks for being nice about me. Most people aren't. Arrived here about 6 years ago. Decided the area was really nice and lent itself to something that people would like to come and stay. So we started building it, and 6 years later, this isn't the finished product, but this is where we are. So yeah, it is.
It's a work in progress, right?
Work in progress, yeah. Constantly.
It's a lovely location on the banks of the Nata River, and it's a really peaceful, beautiful spot to spend a night or several nights.
Yeah, we feel very lucky. We've got the river here right in front of us, and this river takes us down onto the Makadikari salt pans. We have the canoes, but the water conditions have to be right, and for about 2 weeks of the year we can do that. Other than those 2 weeks, we can actually go upstream and finish off here sort of by lunchtime.
So why can't we go kayaking right now? What's the reason?
Too low. Oh, and of course the hippos.
That's the key problem.
It's up to you though. So your vehicle, guys, can you talk me through it?
So we've got this Mitsubishi Colt 2.8 TDI Bucky pickup truck, and it or Ute, yeah. And there's this really cool camper inset that's put into it, and the combination of the two we call Stanley, after Henry Morton Stanley the explorer. And it's an amazing setup for exploring Africa, I think.
Is feature vehicles like yours and the different ways to see Botswana and this Southern Africa and Africa as you're going to do yourself. Where did you get it modified and made?
So we actually bought it secondhand from a Canadian guy who bought the camper canopy from the man who makes it, Cyril de Klerk from Blinkcut Products, and they put it. He and Cyril sort of designed it and put it together, and they did a lot of really clever, design features that basically meant that we were able to just buy it, turn on the key, and drive off for adventures. So it's just really, really well designed, and we've done a few modifications over time, but the basic design is that Etienne, the original owner, did. So we've been just very lucky to be able to buy it. Okay.
So here what comes up quite often is what's the best setup for a camping kit or for a camping vehicle? Is it the rooftop tent? Is it one of those big trailers? Or some people have even come through with like a tent in the boot of their car, or 4x4, which they can then set up camp in and then have the vehicle free to do whatever they want to do. But what's your solution to that?
So what we have is, instead of a rooftop tent, we have an inset with a big pop-up roof that allows us to sleep inside, which I really like. Climbing up onto a roof is, I don't know, it's kind of awkward, and once you're in there, you kind of are stuck in there. You got to climb down to do anything, whereas here we can move around the inside and then climb up on the bed, and we get to have a really comfortable bed, which is nice. And definitely the drawback is that because your roof is popped up, you can't just jump in and drive away. So when we set up camp for a while, that's where our folding bicycles come in, because that allows us to have some local transport without having to move around. Obviously that doesn't work in a game park. You can't go for a game drive very easily on a pair of folding bikes, but we are really very satisfied with the way this works. The functionality is really good.
So sometimes if we want to make an early getaway, we can leave our camp set up, like leave the table and chairs and everything else, and pulling down the top isn't hard. So we can do that in a matter of a few minutes and be out for a game drive and then come back to our setup camp. It means we don't have to pack away the chairs, we don't have to pack up the table and put our bikes away and all of that kind of stuff that we normally do when we move camp. So we are able to be fairly mobile and fairly quickly. And plus we always have our kitchen with us, and we've always got our food with us, so we can stop anywhere for a snack, and we've always got water, so that's an advantage, I think.
Absolutely, yeah. And you've got a standalone tent as well, just a flimsy one that you could throw some stuff on?
Yeah, we do for sure, and we sometimes have used that. For instance, we've gone hiking in the Chimani Mountains and carried the tent for that, and so we have that as a backup. We sort of have a ridiculous amount of duplication, and we have doubles of almost everything, so if one thing doesn't work, something else will work.
Right.